Hello, everybody. Sure, I'll just send it to everybody. People are anywhere. Some people are working, some people aren't working. Hey, everybody. I'll be there in a second. Hold on. And you know, I will be posting it on my IGTV and YouTube. Hope y'all are doing well. Love and light, everybody. Did I even say who I'm Koya, if you don't already know. Koya coming in with your UniKOY Intuition. And also, you know, talking to spirit differently, talking to God differently. So some of these will be downloads and things like that I get from God, get from spirit guides, angels, their ancestors. And then some of these will be me doing like my tarot and things like that. And I want to start, you know, giving y'all some tips. And I want to start giving y'all really information about some of the things that are like, that I've been noticing, but some of the downloads that I've been getting. And I want to kind of start, you know, spreading the love and light a little different, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's time to talk different. So today I was kind of just like, I just wanted to talk, but I was like, what should I talk about? Like, I have so many downloads right now. So I know some of you saw the video where I talked about you know, just DC in general, really the world in general, but some of these more concentrated cities that y'all been seeing people like dying or get killed in, or like you got drug stuff going on, you got heavy politics stuff. So a lot of those cities are like, to me, are like the cesspool of like the wild stuff that's been going on. So like all these moons and eclipses and retrogrades, and like the energies grow heavy, and it's starting to come down. People are starting to come out of it. Like I told y'all before, there's a lot of initiations happening with the healers and the light workers, the chosen ones, whatever, you know, verbiage y'all use. And so, you know, I talk about my spirituality a lot. I rarely talk about or reference Jesus. And it was funny, I was having this conversation with God like right before I came on, like what am I supposed to talk about today? And as I'm talking, I like flip through, like, so what I do is like I pray. And I got different types of books. I have like I don't do it with just the Bible. I do it with like little devotional books and things like that. My tarot deck, stuff like that, just to like kind of direct what I'm talking about, or like what I want to share. And so I opened the Heart of Gratitude book. I'm sure that is probably backwards. I don't know. I don't remember if it's backwards when y'all see it. But yeah. So it's like 100 devotions for a woman's heart. And so I was reading it, and it was like, living life with a consistent spiritual walk deeply influences those we love most, right? And so I was like, okay, well, I know I'm very much a person that like I can be very like contagious in my energy, and my smile and things like that. My giggle, like that's something I do know about myself, right? And, you know, and then me coming in and just telling y'all and being transparent about just like what, you know, my progress and things that I'm going through. Like right now, I'm out of the matrix, the looking glass. I'm out of that. I'm way more grounded right now. But I'm grounded to the point that I can tap into, you know, the other realms if I need to. And so now I can kind of decipher those things differently. Before I go into what I pulled open the book, make sure you stay, it's hard, but make sure you stay balanced in like your emotions, your feelings about anything, right? Your gut. Because there's so many things that we don't realize affects our mood so quickly, that it starts to, you know, just come out in your energy. specifically the people that can feel your energy, right? Me as being an empath and just highly empathic, I be sensitive to all. I feel a lot. So yeah. Anyway, just stay grounded. Try not to let outside things influence or shift your mood up when you're going through something or trying to make decisions about things. I don't want to like stay heavy on the negative stuff, but I do want to say like there are just so many people struggling with self-esteem and anxiety and what I would call the major sins, like just envy and jealousy and just all types of wild shit. So people are getting uncovered, all these little covens that I talked to y'all about, and all these magicians and all these people that were playing with people's tarot pages and flipping a lot of the tarot readers information. A lot of these like karmic energies were coming in and trying to get like information on how to how to get this soulmate or like divine counterpart, but like then at the end of it you found out like you just gave advice to a karmic to mess up a divine union or things like that. And so I've had to be really I want to apologize if there's anybody I was supposed to line up any personal readings. I've been very careful about that right now until we kind of come out of this fog, and that's just me being responsible with that, because what I'm not about to do is help a bunch of karmic ass energies be out here messing with people. Too much has happened. There are too many people playing with things, too many people who don't even notice that they are no longer talking to their ancestors. You have to ask for your ancestors. Talk to your ancestors. You specifically ask God, ask Spirit, specifically to open the channels of you talking to your ancestors who are here for your highest good, who are here for God's highest good for you. Because you have ancestors that are not here for your highest good. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember they were here, right? So everybody in your family ain't looking out for you. So so it's cool that it's like I had to really think about that. And so for me, y'all, I don't know. I just don't want people to be irresponsible. I want people to stay in their good energy. I want people not to compare themselves to other people, and other people's lives, because one, you don't know, what path those people have walked on to get to wherever it is that you're seeing them currently. But you also, at the end of the day, are just mostly blocking. You got earmuffs? That's tight. That's tight. I haven't seen the earmuffs with the horn though. That's vicious. You have to take a picture. Take a picture of them Jones and send me DM them Jones. So, and so I'm sure to some people I start sounding real extra, real magical, and am I a magical person? Yes. Do I play with spell work? No. Everything I do is through prayer and meditation, and manifestation and things like that. But do I like candles? Yeah, but I like light candles. I don't play with black candles. I might do chakra candles, things like that. But I don't, the gifts that I have is not a learned skill set. Am I learning to enhance those skill sets? Yes. But I'm not, nor have I ever, done anything intentional. And I think that's what people and what I mean by that is intentional spell work, intentional love spells, intentional, and I'm talking, you at the end of the day, you're doing spells to manipulate things and maneuver things without even wondering or caring about what else, who else that affects, what cycle you have started or ended or whatever. And so there's so many things There's ancestors and blood battles and battle. It's a lot happening in heaven and hell right now. Okay, there's a lot of fights. It's a lot of fights and wars and angels fighting, and because people are playing around too much, and people really just have gone too far, and people are really tainting with people's brains and messing with people's energy, and it's just irresponsible. It's irresponsible. It's not cool. And the sacrifice is wild. So I was just sitting here and I was like, okay, like, what are we gonna talk about today? So I'm looking through this, and it was talking about your light is the truth, the gospel message itself, as well as your witness as to who Jesus is and what he has done for you. Don't hide it. And it's so funny because like, I'm gonna be honest. So I go through like theories. I've always been like this since I was young. So I used to go down the Jesus rabbit hole a lot. Like, Jesus a man, like, I don't understand, like, how is he turning wine into water, blah, 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 blah. I definitely, but I also, like, low-key really understood the walk, right? But I like to go in between worlds. I like to go in between science and history and spirituality and Christianity and other religions, because I kind of like to just see, like, what are the different options, right? So I had this whole theory. More recently, I had this whole theory. I was talking to my brother about it, and I was like, Jesus, right? Like, how we know Jesus just wasn't, like, in a coma, and then he woke up and was like, and then whoever put him in there because they induced his coma, like, what if they, like, moved a rock so he can get out the cave and escape? Like, this was one of the theories I have, right? But then I, like, thought about it in real life, like, two different things. Like, we so dumb. We believe in things really, really big and, like, bigger than us that you can't see sometimes. But then, like, you can't see your feelings, you know what I'm saying? You can't see your feelings. You can't feel your feelings, you know? But for some reason, we be all in our feelings as humans, right? But we can't see God. But we like, you can't see God. So like, okay, well, cool. You can see Jesus, right? But in my mind, because you could see Jesus, it is less believable. Like, I low-key feel like it's less believable when you see Jesus because it's physical. And it's like, oh, so he's just going to turn water. And why he's, just going. So like, if you think about it like that, right? And then you think about like who Jesus was hanging with. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's up, sis? So like the whole time you just like, yo, like, oh, it's so funny because in the background, I was in a Tale of Two Cities. I told y'all that I can channel with music, and actually earlier I was in like prayer and meditation, and I was trying to figure out like, what's the next step? What do I need to talk about? And actually, the you know what I'm saying? Tale of Two Cities, image and entity. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, tell on BZ. So, and that's funny. The Celebrate song came on. Thank you. There you go. Boom. Can I pin that? I don't know. Can I pin that? I will. Boom. So, if y'all don't know, see that VZ visuals? Yeah. This just happened to be what I had on my rotation today. I felt I needed to be motivated, but I needed a little like city motivation, but I needed a little worldly motivation. And then, the ancestors started talking to me. They gave me some answers, you know what I'm saying? It was good. So, yeah. So what I was thinking about was America, like America's not conducive to like, I feel like what like things we have to like do right now. Like, I don't know. But I think it's like things we gotta clean up. But I really like, look, the new world that's real. Those downloads are still coming in, not just for me, for multiple people. Multiple people around the world, multiple people around the US, multiple people around the like globe. But it's certain places that are gonna have to like reroute or like restart or things like that. And so I was just thinking about like Jesus's walk, right? Like what that looked like, and like who Jesus hung out with, and like how, you know, he was in all these places like cloaked, basically. Like Jesus walked around looking like a straight bum. Okay, he didn't look like anything. He hung out with what I guess they would call riffraff. You know what I'm saying? Like, which mostly looks like most of my crews that I hang with, but we not like, we don't, nobody's low key riffraff. We might look like, you know, this type of group, or one crew might look like this type, but like they be super like talented and skilled and educated, all that, or whatever, street educated. I don't care what educated is educated. So for me, I never make the assumption, like that's why I made the unlikely friends t-shirts and stuff. Like the unlikely friends is real. Like you meet people in the weirdest places, and you try to you know, figure out like how does everything fit? Like how do things fit? And so I told y'all about the whole like the ark, right? Like there's some disasters that are going to come naturally that are probably going to shift and shut down certain parts of certain cities, and people are going to have to move or just shift in some way. Like even if you move in your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like even if you move in your spirit, like when I say move, I'm not always talking about move, but like whether that means you moving closer to God or what. But anyway, back to the Jesus story. So I was thinking about like Jesus having to bear this cross, and like the resurrection, and like the crucifixion, and how you know, how they treated Jesus, and like who he hung out with by choice. You know what I'm saying? And there are many people who talk about, so like when you hear me use the word the chosen ones, like a lot of people who find out or are hearing this verbiage that they are chosen, this means you are directly connected to God. Like everybody's connected, but you can talk to God, you can do the things you need to do through God. It's like a chain of command, right? And sometimes we get downloads, we get information about what's about to happen, what's going to come. Like you think about that in the prophets and things like in the Bible, right? So I was thinking about that, and I was like, I don't really talk about Christianity like that. I like to talk about God. I feel like I don't talk about Jesus a lot, but Jesus is what has to be talked about, because there are many people who are here in the 3D who are being sent into places with groups of people who don't look like, you know, you would fit in, but it's because God tests everybody a lot, and that's why you have to make sure you're always cool with people, like you're always like really open, because at the end of the day, you don't know why people are being sent to you. You don't know why people are in your life. You don't really understand that, and so you can't judge what it looks like. You have to like kind of just really feel it out, right? Because everybody has like hidden gifts, cool gifts they haven't tapped into yet. But everybody has a different reason why they're here on this earth, whether that is to be a catalyst to something, like, or it is to, you know, show this or speak on this. And so I was just kind of just sitting here thinking, and I was like, I don't really talk about Christianity like that, because I don't want to like pigeonhole it, right? Because I talk to everybody. But I think about Jesus' walk. I'm not about to sit here and compare myself to Jesus. Are there people here that are sent now to walk through things harshly, to walk through coals, like on your feet? Yeah. Have I been one of those people? Absolutely. I've bared crosses that I didn't quite understand what I was signing up for when I spoke about generational curses and generational wealth and like building these things and post-traumatic slave syndrome. Like there are things that I say and I pray. I pray. Y'all think I didn't? I definitely sat here. Don't tell me that I can manifest whatever. I'm over here manifesting all types of stuff, like for the world, okay? Not for myself. For myself, yes, but for the world. So there are people that have gifts, but they're not using them. There are people that have gifts that are not using them in the right way. There are people that have gifts that have become greedy and are no longer giving back, or using that information to help others. They're just like honing the gifts in for themselves, and that's like the issue I have, and that's why everything's going dark. People are just greedy at this point. People are just greedy and want everything and just give me. And so I appreciate Jesus' walk differently. Specifically the resurrection, like, I understand differently too. I think when you go on a spiritual path, like, I feel like I have died 87 times, and I'm not, like, joking. Like, spiritually, I've had multiple deaths. So, and energetically, you know what I'm saying? It's like you shed your skin. And, like, you know, there's things that my body will do. It's things like, you know, I might be like, oh, I'm going to eat this week, or, oh, I might not eat. Like, you got to just listen to your body. You got to stay grounded, and you got to talk to God, because at the end of the day, people is playing with too many energies, and you can't trust nothing but, you know, unless you feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And so, Jesus went through all of this so that we don't sit at home trying to stay stuck in situations that do not make us happy. I told y'all this before. If it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't make you feel good, then you're supposed to remove yourself. You're supposed to stop doing whatever that is. You're supposed to remove yourself from doing, you know, you're not supposed to just stay in it and stay in it and stay in it and continue the cycles over and over again. Continue cycles over and over again. If there, at the end of the day, there's something in it that's like, oh my God, like, this makes me feel good, then that's the part that you work on, right? But there are too many people, like, y'all know one of my goals is to, you know, set up situations or situations, whether it's housing, whether it's therapy. I talk about this specifically with men a lot because people are already catering to the women, I feel like. But for them to be able to have the strength to remove themselves from situations that are not conducive. I don't care if you have children there, like, then work on getting your children. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is people staying in abusive relationships, and we don't talk about that a lot with men. There's a lot of men that are in super toxic, narcissistic relationships with females. And, I mean, also males, like, male on male, like, it can be, it doesn't matter what the gender is, but there are men that think they're supposed to handle that. Think they're supposed to deal with that. Think that everybody's being argued with. Think that everybody's having people go through their phones. Think that, like, thinking that this shit is cool. Like, think that's cool to put your hands on a man. Like, okay. And when his body has a natural reaction, then what? You know what I'm saying? So, there are men who are trying to get, like, custody of their kids, but they don't really know where to start. Or there are men who have been betrayed by women. I'm talking about betrayed. There are so many men that have women just doing stuff and maneuvering things, and just it's a lot. I have done multiple readings in this last year specifically for just a lot of men that are just going through it. And don't get it wrong, we out here going through it, you know, as well, but we also dig for the information different, right? And so I was just thinking about Jesus and, like, who he walks with, and I know people look at some of the things that I do like, why are you over here doing this? Like, but I be feeling called and feel the call to go to certain places and do certain things and work with certain people for whatever reason that is. Whether it is I'm a catalyst to something needing to be exposed, whether I'm a catalyst to something being cleaned up, whether I'm a catalyst of just bringing in love and light. You know what I'm saying? This is what I talked about a lot. It's like, it's basically mindful management, and but that's like management of self. You know what I'm saying? Like, mindful management, mindful music, like, those things. That's, you know, those are the things that I'm currently creating. And so it's just about that collective feel, and you know, that's why I spoke to y'all earlier about, like, the incubator and things like that, because we need support. We need to be able to support each other. The village, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta make sure your village is with you, though. Like, you gotta make sure your village is with you, because if I hit my village, which is getting smaller and smaller to rebuild it back up to, you know, the right village, but if I hit my friends up and I'm like, y'all already know who I am, so, like, y'all already know that I get downloads. Y'all already know I'm over here talking to God. Y'all already know I'm psychic, that I can, see shit. So, and y'all know I'm a high manifester. So, if I come to y'all and I'm like, hey, yo, we gotta go. I got a place for all of us to go. This is how we getting there. Y'all down? Like, that's the tribe I have to have. Because I'm letting y'all know when I start coming to y'all with the messages. I don't want to hear no like, oh my God, like, what should we do? Like, I'm already slow bombing y'all into it. Okay? So when y'all get that call, and I'm like, yeah, this is what the next step is. So, and most of my tribe knows that they're a part of my tribe in some way, right? Because they'll know like a little bit more information. They'll know like a little extra, you know what I'm saying? And then there's also a lot of people who are just out here doing anything. Will I help save y'all too? Maybe. I'll give you the information. You have it. It's public. So, I want people to stop hiding. I thought about Jesus, and I know why that has to happen. But the people that I want to address are these witches, these wizards, these like, it's time to uncloak yourselves. If that's what you do and you out here playing in the dark, like say you playing in the dark. Like I say all the time to y'all, like I play in the light. I can play in the dark, but I'm loving light, right? I tell y'all, but like I'm loving light, but I got my dark unicorn ears on today because I'm both, you know what I'm saying? But like if you doing kitchen magic, if you out here playing with Ouija boards, if you out here doing spells, playing with voodoo doll, like be upfront about that. If you out here doing tarot and you playing around and telling people lies and telling people where to go and don't go and mess with this person and don't mess with this person and all this other shit, like get your ass on IG and speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. The light workers is out here. We tell y'all when we're a light worker. We tell y'all when we're a healer. It's too many people out here playing with magic and playing with voodoo and playing with IFA priests and all types of wild shit. And you ain't being upfront about it. Like, if you gonna be that type of junk, you gonna be that type of dude, then like, say that's what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. Like, I ain't got time to be around a bunch of fake ass energies. I don't. And I have no reason to, because I don't do anything to anybody. Anybody that hang with me, roll with me, already know I'm gonna tell you to your face if I like you or not. You know what I'm saying? But if you playing games and smiling like kiki and that, like I don't have time for that shit. Run that shit somewhere else. Because me and my spirit squad, me and my God squad, like we ain't here for it. But my thing is, like, if you don't fuck with me, like, tell me to my face you don't fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be out here playing with magic. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like somebody else, like, tell them you don't like them. You know what I'm saying? You want to steal some shit from me? Tell me you about to steal that shit. Be gutter about it. Like, be upfront about it. Like, I tell y'all all the time. There's nobody that's in my circle that don't know how I feel about them. Even if y'all think I might say something to somebody, I would still say it to their face. At the end of the day, there's nothing that anybody could say to me right now that wouldn't be like, yo, yeah, or no. And I also might choose not to answer you because I'm grown. Like, but I ain't gonna lie. That's my thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about it. But, and I've told my friends that forever. Like, you ask me a direct question, I'm gonna give you a direct answer. I'm not gonna lie. But there's too many people playing, like, and I'm not there are so many readers around here. Yo, that's why I don't really be on YouTube heavy, like, posting. I post it after the fact. Like, I stay live on here because, like, my people are on here, you know what I'm saying? But I posted late on YouTube because I don't want to be a part of what's going on over there. Like, they got too much. I don't got time for it. Like, I don't have time for it. So, again, back to Jesus, right? So I was thinking about it. I was like, no, we have to talk about Jesus because this is how it makes sense for people in the 3D. Like, this is what makes sense to people when people come to you and they're like, I'm a unicorn and I know how to tell you what's going to happen in the future. And you looking at me like, bitch, what? You know what I'm saying? But if you understand Jesus' walk, then you will understand that there are going to be people that are placed here who are mystics and who are oracles and who are, you know, it's so many different levels of magical humans, but that are doing God's work, that are not playing with magic. I don't know magic. Like on that level, I know natural magic. I know natural manifestations. Like I can telecommunicate naturally by praying and tapping into my heart space. It's really about tapping into your heart space. Anything you want to do, manifestation, telepathy, anything, is about tapping into your heart space and making sure you are speaking to God and not to the other side. Once you get in that devil energy, bro, you're going to get fast results, but you're going to also get that real bad karma. It's like Rumpelstiltskin, okay? I'm over here, you know, like, with, like God the genie right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, ding, 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 genie, 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 right? And then some of y'all is out here playing with the devil energy. So you getting the fast results. But at the end of the day, like, you gonna wake up one day and your face gonna look old because you was doing beauty spells, and one of your implants is gonna fall out, and one of your ass cheeks gonna be sad because you was wishing you had somebody else's body, or you went and got all these expensive cars, and then maybe one of your car gets fucked up, and then you can't get to the... Like, it's gonna be, like, the karma is wild, okay? Like, whatever you put on somebody else, it's gonna come back to you in the same way. You gonna feel the way they feel at some point if you're playing with magic and putting out negative energy. Like, it sucks, but you made that choice. So that's the crazy part. Is like, why would you even take that risk? People be out here sacrificing babies and animals, and if you got animals dying around you, somebody playing with black magic, that was probably some karma. And I'm talking about like animals dying for no reason. Like, it wasn't a sick animal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Also, that's another sign. The animals are starting to die. People's animals are starting to die because there's a possibility that we're gonna have to move and shift, and the animals ain't coming. Just come on, just think about it, guys. Think about it. So, but yeah, so seize the moment. Great song. So, it is, you know, I have all these affirmations, right? I'm a high priestess. I'm a mystic. Anything I touch creates wealth. I am magical. I'm abundant. My sign and my soul mission is Leo. I am a siren. I am a psychic. I am a healer. Music, art, and dance move through me in channeling. I am chosen. I will change the world. I am a divine feminine and empress. I am loved. I am loved and protected by God, angels, ancestors, fairies, mermaids. I spread love and light. So, like, that's just, like, on my wall, right? So, see. Nothing serious. I don't do anything serious. Post this, right? And I keep things around me that, like, make me feel happy and make me feel magical. And, like, that's my artwork, right? You know? So, and I touch, everything I touch, I usually have it around me. Like, because sometimes, I mean, of course I sell my artwork. And sometimes I give away my artwork. But I very much know that my hands are a part of that. Everything that I touch, like my drawings, things like that, I can channel through that. But I'm just not, like, learning the gifts that I have for real. Like, I don't think I knew I could do that much. So, y'all, get your souls right now. That, like, to me, that's the mission right now. Is getting your souls right, getting your minds right. And thinking about a plan with the people in your village and your tribe that you want to, like, everybody's got they regular things. Everybody's got their things they got to take care of. And that reminds me, because I had a rough patch. So work-wise, I got thrown off a little bit. So, VZ, that will be picked up soon. Like, we can start that immediately. I can help out. Immediately. So, yeah, so I just got stuck in the matrix. Y'all, I was in the looking glass. Because there were humans around doing the most, and basically it's like I'm it's like being like a spiritual investigator. first of all, y'all know I'm a nerd. I like to like Google. You know what I'm saying? Like, I Google stuff. And so for me, I felt like really like I had to, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how to explain what I'm trying to explain it, like, because I'm still trying to figure out like what is what. Like, I'm trying to figure out. So, okay, I talk about the 5D a lot and the 3D a lot to y'all, right? The 3D is, you know, the physical earth that we're on, the physical bodies we're in. 5D is like your soul level. We talking about like the universe, like that's when we start talking about, you know, the galaxy, but you also start talking about God. That's just, you know, that's your highest self, And the closer you get to God, like you get to that highest self, right? And your senses open, your gifts open. So I basically been like in the middle of like a spiritual, like we're all in a spiritual warfare right now, but like a spiritual initiation, I guess. And so on top of that, they were like, I don't know, people playing with magic and doing mirror magic and things like that, where you can like basically reflect and see people. Like you can see people's spaces, you can see people's eyeball souls. But what they don't know is that you can also do that without doing magic. Again, this is what I want to talk about with like natural magic. And I didn't know that people were out here playing with this type of magic. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Not in like real life. I watch witch movies. Y'all know I'm into witches. Like, I'm into the witch thing. But I think I didn't like, I've never like come across it. I've come across people who are witches who you know, in Wicca, but I haven't seen or experienced, or I thought I had not experienced. So like one of the things is this, like y'all, if y'all get DM'd by psychics, IFA priests, things like that, like don't engage with them. We do not hit you up. Now if I hit you up personally, like, yo, I got a message for you, I'm gonna give you the message. I'm not gonna charge you for it. Now if you come to me for reading, that's different, right? That's how I make my money. So where, how do I explain this? So just don't. When people send those things like, oh, we know you. Also, like God and Jesus, like the whole, when you are in the spiritual teachings or when you are in the spiritual walk, you get addressed by very weird energies. Like, you get a lot of weird stuff. Just people, I like to use the word headhunting. Whether it's for good, light, evil, dark, whatever, right? And they know, and they feed, like people feed off like what they think you need, what they think you want to survive, what they think you desire. And they use those things against you to get you to come sign a deal with the devil. Get you to come do something you shouldn't do. Like doing something that you know is going to come eat you up in the head, or just getting you down a path that you don't know. Like, you got to read contracts out here. Soul contracts, literal contracts, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, people just need to stop being greedy. Like, stop being greedy. Stop trying to get stuff that's not yours. Like, if it's not yours, you didn't earn it. Like, get out of here with that. Like, if you don't have an understanding with people, like, why do all of that when you know that at the end of the day, God sees it? Whether you think you believe in God or not, He sees it. You know what I'm saying? And so, I know I probably drive people crazy with this whole love and light thing, but that's real for me. That's really the basis of like how I maneuver. Like, if y'all see me volunteering, or if y'all see me working with people and they be like, oh, she wasn't getting paid. Like, at the end of the day, I do stuff because some of the things are missions and some of the things are there for me to make money. But everything I do is really out of just like love for whatever it is I'm in, or whatever it is I'm doing. I worked for 2 years with UCB. I didn't get paid a dime. I literally did it because I loved the music. I loved the band. I loved what I was trying to really deep dive into was using them as an example of mindful management and of mindful music business, just practices, to really build that into the community, so that everybody could kind of get out of this crabs in a barrel mentality. And and there's a lesson in karma and nasty energies everywhere, and then there's greatness and like growth and light and love and all of that. And I experienced all of that. I experienced all of that with them. But what I did learn is what I already knew, is that like specifically me being a light worker, specifically me being just in the light as much as I was, and also being female, definitely did not make that an easy journey at all. And for me, it's kind of like, y'all know me, I don't regret anything I'm a part of. I don't regret anything I'm a part of. I come up with dope ideas, and I get inspired by people, and every experience for me is a dope one. But there was a part of it that I feel like if I wasn't the person that I was, I could have really like got stuck in some dark shit. Like, y'all know, anytime when it comes, and I don't mean specifically just with the band either. I mean like in the community of music, right? In the industry of music. Cause I'm very much a person like, I like to play, I like to drink, I like to chill, I like to, y'all know I'm a smoker. I like dancing, I like partying. I'm also psychic, and do I consider myself Christian? I consider myself spiritual. I guess I consider myself Christian. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I believe in Jesus? Yes. But y'all know how I am about like labels. Like, that's really what I'm trying to get away from, is the labeling. It's really more about love and light, good energy, good vibes, and following your path, like, and that just continuing to do the work to clear things up. So for me, I got to tap into a lot of myself that I really wouldn't have had the opportunity to do in another situation. And there I got to meet like so many cool people. I got to really come up with some people that I would consider. You don't know who you're gonna meet, like, but just people. A lot of people I would work with, and just meeting people, networking. Outside of that, met a couple people that I consider, a part of my tribe. But is there dark stuff? Yeah. Is there toxic stuff? Yeah. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I really walked away. So, like, I walked away from what I was doing with the band. I left because I very much can feel and sense when something has shifted. I can also feel and sense when people are trying to either control me or push me out because they cannot get control of me. I can also tell when people are getting in an energy of coming into their season of like selfishness, right? And my friends who I would say knew me from years ago, they were very shocked that I was doing that. I don't know why. I'm really into music. I've also always, y'all know, I used to throw my own parties and used to do party promotion and all of that. Which is not new. Like, people know this about me. Like, I used to host, open mic nights and all types of stuff. I've had many lives out here. And y'all know me, like, if I'm proud of something, I'm going to show it. Like, I was doing band shit for straight up for 2 years, and that was it. Like, that's what y'all saw me doing. I was running the pages. I was, creating the branding. I was, creating logos and artwork. And we were doing the streaming. And we did all this streaming and stuff like that when the pandemic started. Like, I really was trying to get them to go, you know, really do it ahead of time, because I felt it and I knew it, and I already had foresight that we were coming into some type of situation where we would be locked up, but I like locked in, and I didn't really know how to tap into my gifts then, so I didn't know how to be like, yo, I think we need to like really go heavy online, you know. But I would say that, but I wouldn't be like, oh, because this and this is going. I didn't know what was going to happen. So like, this is what I'm saying. When I give y'all information, I might not always know what the end thing is that we're preparing for, but what I'm telling you is what we're preparing for. So, for me, anything that I stay in that long, projects, jobs, things like that. That's why I told y'all about what happened with me and ELC and PG Parks. Because I get attached. Like, I fall in love with projects. I fall in love with people. I fall in love with energy and vibes. And I fell in love with those guys. Like, I fell in love with that whole band. Are some of them full of shit? Yes. Have some of them played games and done little things that I just, you know, I'm not fond of the energy or the things that people felt like they needed to do. Specifically when I'm just like a super loyal person, and at the end of the day, I'm always there to help progress whatever situation I'm in, you know. And not necessarily for me. It's like I would get down low, like, okay, this is the next step that I need to try to do, and da 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 da. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with egos and trauma, and I try to, you know, create a safe space for them to be able to speak and maneuver, and then that was like my goal, is really to come in and be able to do like mindful management and creative, like intuitive, you know, shows and setups and ideas like that. Did I get to finish what I wanted to do with them? No. But I walked away because I was burnt out, and not from work, from being just completely like gaslit, and like, and this is not everybody, and you know, everybody, but that shit, that energy rubs off. That's real. So I basically feel like it was heavy energy. It was heavy energy. I went through, like, it was like a breakup for me. Like, I wrote a letter one day. It was like, I'm out. Like, because I wasn't being treated right. I was not being treated right. I was not receiving what I should have been receiving. I wasn't, it was a lot, and I couldn't create what I needed to create and do what I needed to do, because it was just too many egos to deal with, and too many people trying to, you know, lead by themselves, and being greedy as hell, and just controlling, and you know, and the people that don't want to maneuver that way, if they're not strong enough to handle the people that want to maneuver that way, then there's a problem. Like, y'all know me. Like, I don't care. I'll come step to your face. I don't care if you was a 9 million pound man. If I don't like what you saying to me, I'm gonna step to your face and I'm gonna tell you. Like, anybody that know me know I will go in. So then we had arguments and stuff with the guys, just trying to get them to like be like, come on, yo, like, I see it, yo, like, just let me do it. Just like, let me do it so I can get y'all to where I'm trying to get you to, right? But nah, like, you know, people wanted to be in competition, and people around wanted, you know, I don't know, people just don't like my energy sometimes, and people love my energy at the same time. But people want to do their little greedy, nasty shit, and if they gonna do that around me, I'm gonna let y'all know God is going to jump through my body, even if I don't know what's going on, and they gonna start making me look through shit, and they gonna start making me be like this, and this. And so at the end of the day, when I feel like people are moving shady and moving trifling and playing around all because they want a bag, I'm going to remove myself, and I'm going to let that tower fall on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already warned you, slow your ass down. I already warned you to get off the hamster wheel. I already told you, like, this is the next step. This is where we need to go. But what I'm not going to do is sit in a situation where a bunch of dudes are sitting talking sideways to me and yelling at me and going off and got people calling me bitches and all types of shit. I ain't got time for it. I don't have time for it. I ain't got time for the lies and the shenanigans and people, using my name and using my name to get people mad at me. I be like one day I'll just wake up and be like, why the fuck is this person blocking me? Like, I didn't say nothing to nobody. So, but people want to cover up their dirt, and that's cool. Enjoy that. Because, again, you didn't know who I was. You didn't know what I was really coming with. And not only do I have goons in real life, again, I got that God squad. And all I do is come with the ideas that I have for whatever situation it is, and then I try to implement them. But you're not going to control me. That's what you're not going to do. I'm an expert. I've been doing this a very long time. And I got direct, instructions coming from God at this point. So, it's not a lot of people that are going to just question what I do specifically on this level of work, on what I'm doing creatively. Like, no. Am I the person that's open to hearing your concepts and ideas? Yeah, that's the fun part. That's actually the part. I like the think tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part I enjoy. But if I think something is, like, moralistically, like, not gonna go, or it can be handled in a different way, or something can be, yeah. People just don't appreciate people. And I watched the whole go-go community, like, there's, like, you can tell, like, what bands kind of like are really a family and what bands are dysfunctional family, and like we gotta do better because there's so many people who are talented and skilled, and at the end of the day, people got trifling during the pandemic. People got trifling as hell with all this PPO money. People got greedy as fuck. I said it. They got greedy as hell, and they really think that we out here stupid. Like, I'm not stupid. I removed myself because that tower's not falling on me. And the reality of it is that there are so many dope, amazing musicians and artists here in the city, but this crabs in a barrel shit that we got going on is really ruining people's lives. Then you got, like, anything ass Jones and like anything ass groupies and Jones pretending to be your friend and they not your friends and they out here doing black magic and playing with people. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for the sabotage and people trying to compete with me. How? You can't never. I'm a unicorn. You cannot. What are you competing with? I am me. I was born me. Don't ever try to compete with me. You will lose all day because I stay prayed up. And I stay in my bag. Like, I stay in my bag. I stay in my lane. I create what I know how to create. Whether you understand that's my skill set or not, I mean, that's not my problem. I don't care. It makes you mad that I got a lot of skill sets? Sorry. Go get more. It makes you mad that I got a lot of natural tendencies. Talk to God about that. I don't, day to day, I don't know what extra gifts I have. If people just walk around, like, I just be like, oh my God, like, I have this and that. Like, no, like, y'all know my journey. I've explained it numerous times. You can go look down my Instagram. Like, I've basically been over 300 pounds most of my life. The fact that I'm even sitting here in like a size 12 is bananas. Half of these people were trying to do black magic on me to starve me. The other half was trying to get me to gain weight, and I'm still cute. Like, the end of the day, people do stuff because they mad about whatever it is they have. Talk to God about that. Don't be over here mad at me. I didn't do nothing. I did nothing but come in and try to give to people. Okay, that's it. I just try to give to people. If I see a problem, well, God is like, say something to this person, then that's what I do. At the end of the day, not one of those people, or maybe it was definitely a couple of people in the band that, I built real relationships with. You know what I'm saying? That I already previously, knew, well, my bro knew a few of them. I already knew Marcus, who y'all know is G Money. So I already knew him from middle school. So that's also why I was comfortable, like, coming into that situation, right? But, like, at the end of the day, y'all know, like, I removed myself so I don't have to, like, get in a situation where I'm just, like, in a cycle and being used and being used and being used. and nobody speaking up and nobody saying anything, and like I ain't got time for that. I just told y'all what I went through right before y'all saw me walking around with the band. I was in the middle of a court case. You see what I'm saying? Like being treated in a very similar way. So like, well, that's what I wasn't going to do. So, and I just don't care about people and their ego. Like I tried very hard to compromise and to create and do whatever it is, but some people just like to use, you know what I'm saying, use and abuse, and it's not everybody. These are people that, you know, they know who they are, who don't move right. They know who they are. So and you know, and I talk about a lot to y'all, specifically when I was with the band, like what vision I saw for that band. That was real. That was a real vision for me. I really saw and heard them and watched them create, and I was like, oh my God, like y'all is Wu-Tang and the Roots put together. But if you're not gonna allow me in the space to do it, then I can't help you. If you're gonna be walking around mad because I got titties and a pussy, I can't help you. Like, if you just mad because I'm better than you in your mind, whatever you think better is, I can't help you. If you mad because your body don't look like mine, I can't help you. If you mad because your hair don't look like mine, I cannot help you. Talk to your parents. I don't know. Talk to God. But I can't do nothing about what I came out with. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about where my life is supposed to go. Like, that's where my life is supposed to go. I just follow the directions while I'm in it. At the end of the day, people need to like and love themselves. People need to be upfront. People need to be real. When I don't like somebody, I tell them. I be like, I don't like you. Like, and there's not a lot of people I don't like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't understand people that just out here just doing the most for what? Y'all, there are jokes out here doing black magic for penis. Like, I ain't never in my life had to do no magic for no penis. Nope. Never had to do it. Don't need to do it. I don't need to do it. I don't need to make nobody stay with me. I don't need to make nobody pick me. I don't need to be, because whatever is supposed to be for me is going to be for me. And that's just what it is. And I keep telling y'all that, right? I keep telling y'all, like, at the end of the day, what's for you is going to be for you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't know what else. That's just how it works. That is just how it works. So, I don't know. I just think that people are weird, and people need to grow up, and people need to get help, and people need to, like, embrace what their gifts are. Stop using people, because at the end of the day, when we give back, it's just when we get more. We get so much more. You know what I'm saying? When we give back, you get so much more. Like, it comes back to you so much. Like, I give all the time, right? I had to chill out, though, because I was doing too much. I really was. That's just, you know, all facts. And I don't know. I didn't know, like, what the balance was. Like, I was like, yo, what's the balance, right? Like, what's the... I'm gonna go ahead and play this Melanin King jump. But yeah, so yeah, like, what's the balance between, like, doing God's work or giving to people and then like, when do you stop? Like, when do you stop being like, I have never expected anything back from the time that I give, the things that I give, or anything. I'm very upfront about, like, what I'm willing to give and what I'm not. But at what point do you look around and be like, hey, yo, she's been here for 2 years. They've been doing all this work. They've been providing, you know, these services. They've been creating this. Like, maybe we should give them a couple of dollars. Like, maybe we should buy them a bottle for their birthday. Like, I'm talking bare minimum, y'all. Like, I ain't that hard. You know, like, it's just, at the end of the day, like, I had to walk away because it was toxic. I love the music. At the end of the day, y'all know I don't have no hate in my heart. I at all. There are probably things that I know that you probably don't know that I know. But at the end of the day, everything for me is an experience. You know what I'm saying? And those who I got love for know who I got love for. And at the end of the day, I love everybody. I don't care what you've done to me or what you tried to do to me. And that goes for everybody. Anybody around me that has an issue with me or their energy just is rejecting the shit out of my energy. Love and light. Love and light. I'm a very forgiving person. I don't necessarily have to know what you're doing to know you're doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's a bunch of fake assholes out here smiling in my face. I don't got time for it. I know who fake it. I know who's not. And, you know, I went through like a little cleansing. Like, I had to like just start blocking people just because I had to like clear my brain to like really figure out who was who out here. And it's sad and it's disappointing because like I really don't move that way at the end of the day. And so that was part of the journey that I had to go through this last couple of weeks. And it was dark when you start like trying to figure out like who's in your corner or who's not in your corner. You know, who's really helping you and guiding you and who's not, and, you know, trying to figure out, like, just what is going on in the world, you know? But I love every experience I've had. I love the music that I got to, you know, witness, you know? But it definitely wasn't something I wanted to walk away from. God was like, yeah, you gotta maneuver yourself out of this. And I was like, okay. So, and I could see, like, when I'm, like, kind of in a space where, like, I'm doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm drinking too much. My vibe. But it's like, yeah, when my vibe goes low, like, I'm a little more open to people doing things and playing with black magic around me and stuff like that. And just hostile situations and hostile environments and things like that. And also like tainted relationships. It's like a lot of tainted friendships, or like still don't really know like who is up from down right now. But like, so I just be cool with everybody until they show themselves, you know? And it's just one of those things. But at the end of the day, I told y'all, I play chess, not checkers. But love and light with everybody, you know. I wish everybody luck. And I'm the type of person where like I'll walk off from a place and still show up. Like, y'all saw me, I went out and saw a couple shows after I left because I like the music. And I believe in who I believe in, regardless of what they believe in from me. But it was a cool experience. I don't think I'm really done working in that. That's still one of my goals, is for me to be able to implement a little bit better system for our go-go artists, specifically our go-go artists in this area. I also wanted to, I didn't mention it, like telepathy, but how you can communicate with telepathy, specifically in like music and stuff, like putting on a playlist and asking spirit for an answer. It's like opening the Bible, you know, opening a devotional book when you're asking for like an answer. So try that, but you really have to focus. You have to focus. And I'll talk more about that. I don't want to go into depth about it, but just know I will absolutely be talking and teaching how to get to know and date your partner through telepathy. I told y'all like about the divine unions and things like that, and I told you that people communicate on these levels. And if you know you're a divine feminine, You know there are divine masculine somewhere around you. Sometimes you know that person, sometimes you don't. I'm well aware of 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 the people I communicate with and the person that I'm supposed to be in union with. So I'm also aware of what that battle looks like. But what's dope and what's cool is you can use telepathy. You can use telepathy to communicate and date and express yourself using music and words and things like that. And it's not magic. It's straight up like manifesting and like praying and focusing, like hyper focused times and prayer. You can do a lot with that. I'm gonna go into depth about it later because I want to teach y'all because I think it would be really cool to teach that. Now people are telepathic all the time, like best friends, sisters, brothers, like that happens a lot. Twins have a lot of like natural telepathy. Or you know, like when you with your friend and they just be like, you say things at the same time. Like that's all it is, y'all. It's just really, you can hyper focus it, right? And so that's what's really cool. Like you could like legitimately, like I'm sitting here, like you could legitimately just like date telepathically, because it's like, for me, I don't know if I remember telling y'all, but like I was the girl that was very much like, I used to just write letters to people. Like any of my friends from high school and like middle school, elementary school, like they know, like I used to write letters. I used to be like, guess who on the envelope, and I would send it to my friends. But I also was the girl who had like 2 or 3 boyfriends in different ages when I was younger that I had never even met. They were basically like, Mac? Yeah, they never even met like that were living in another state and had whole pen pals and a whole boo thing. That happened a couple of times actually, and I never met them. And then people do the same thing with online dating, right? So I want to teach that. I'm going to teach that as a part of communicating with your people and your partner, and specifically people who cannot, especially men, who cannot express themselves on the 3D, like in person. I know this sounds really crazy. I know it sounds wild, but it's not that wild. I promise you, it can be taught, but it's not using magic. It's really with prayer and meditation and manifesting and connectivity. And you have to be, you know, connected on a certain soul level to be able to do this with your person or anybody or your people. But I think that it could be really dope, specifically so that men can express themselves differently, that maybe women can be heard differently, but there's just like a time of grace for it. Y'all know I'm real far-fetched out here, but that's not that far-fetched. I mean, y'all can look it up. But that is something that I really, I'm going to start giving tips and lessons. Just like that's what I'm gonna start talking about on here. And then messages from God. Like, Spirit, was there anything else? Let me see. Are we good? Did I need to speak on anything else? Let me see. But yeah, so, and y'all like also support, like, share, subscribe. These are all the things you can do. Go to my YouTube pages. You can share any of my little shops that have my teas and things like that. Like, this is like, share it. I don't know why people think that stuff just flows around and then people get famous and people get seen. Like, I want the messages to get out, but you know, just share them. If you're watching me, if you like watching me, Share them with people you know. Share them on your IG story. Tag me, whatever. I don't care. But we gotta do better. We gotta just do better at supporting each other, all of us. Surrender to the flow. They might just be talking about me, but I surrender to the flow. I actually want to talk about that. Patience, something I didn't used to struggle with so much, but I definitely struggle with now. That is something I'm working on because it's really about God's timing, divine timing. I be so over hearing about it, y'all. I'll be so tired of hearing about it, but it's real because there are so many things going on other sides, on multiple sides of things that we're not privy to. And when they say God's timing, is because whatever you have as a dedicated servant to Him, or dedicated spirit, if you've asked to manifest things and He said you're going to get those things, right? He didn't tell you when. He didn't tell you what that looked like. He didn't tell you what timeline that was. And so for us to, even be in our feelings and be like, well, what is taking so long? But it's because we be panicked and we be nervous and we be like, yo, what am I about to do? Or like, what is about to happen, right? And I want to say that's patience is something like not only do we need to learn it when it comes to God and timing, but we need to learn that with our people, like with your relationships. Like we have got to pace ourselves better. And it's also time to get back to like really getting to know your person. And I'm talking about like romantically, like going back to like doing those things that you would do as a kid, like stay up on the phone all night and talk and fall asleep, or like stay up on, like, it's cool. Like, I'll tell y'all more the more that I try to like teach the telepathic dating, but like it can feel like you're like what I would say childhood dating looks like. Staying on the phone all night, but you're not like on the phone, right? But like staying on the phone all night, trying to like figure out like what each person likes and doesn't like, and like, really getting to know your person on a different level without those like fears of somebody carrying you, or the fear of like somebody like going on you or being mad or upset or whatever, right? And so I was just like, yo, that would be like if every dude I know who has ever been like intimidated to like, I don't know what that means when people say that about me. Like intimidated, yeah, why? Because I'm strong in what I believe in, yes. But I have the face of a child. I don't know why people are intimidated by me. I think it's weird. So, and ultimately at the end of the day, I'd be like a Care Bear, So, and I'm a unicorn. Like, how can you fear the unicorn? You can't. It's so cute. This was a good one that I got. And it's really cute. So anyway, surrendering to the flow is a thing for me. That's very hard. It's hard. I can teach it, but it is sometimes hard for me. But it'd be the state of panic. So that's when I've started to meditate and things like that. And at the end of the day, like, forgiveness, yo. Forgiveness and not getting revenge. That is really important. That's where the karma come in, y'all. Surrender that to God. Like, whatever you want people to, like, deal with and whatever, like, sometimes you gotta wait for God to give you advice. Sometimes, but like revenge is not on you. That is, God will get them karmically and all of that. If you do revenge, you accumulate more karma for yourself. So then it doesn't even matter what you just did, because now you gotta get karma for that. So like revenge is a thing that I just don't do. I might honestly talk about it. I might share my experience. I might make a movie. But I'm not going to get revenge. I'm not going to do that. Whatever, first of all, I already know that my God squad out here, so I ain't worried about that. But at the end of the day, leave the revenge to God, because he can handle the karma that comes from that. You know what I'm saying? We can't. And then you will ruin it, you will lose your path, and all of that. And at the end of the day, like, love who you love, give who you give to, and then keep everything else at bay. Like, give time, volunteer time, give time to things and projects you love, projects that you really feel like, you know, that stand in your light, that are things, you know. And that's why when y'all see me with certain things, like, I know y'all might have seen me walking around with the Swaliga tribe, because they're people that I believe in. Like, I really think they have dope programs, and they got great music, and it's a great movement that very much aligns with like what me and Matt's company does at the Ones. So and also like on a soul level though, like the work they doing on a soul level for me resonates. Just very much some things that are coming out now, messages I'm receiving, you know, from spirit about like where we're shifting and how things might shift in this area. And I'm like, yeah, all these alignments is making sense. So, and at the end of the day, if you've done something that you don't feel cool about, or you feel like just apologize and just acknowledge that you've done it, and then ask God for some love and light and, you know, some forgiveness. But at the end of the day, I think that any situation can be turned around. But people have to do right by people, like, period. Like, period. Like, y'all know what I do. You see what I do. My peoples know what I do. My people know what my vibe is. People know what my work is. People, I don't need to be out here like, why was happening? Did I say any of that while I was with the band? Nope. I didn't. I did not talk. I was on this joint every day. Go see the band. Go see the band. Go see the band. Here's some band shit. Here's some band shit. Here's some band shit. But see, when I walk away, though, I walk away. Now, it doesn't mean that y'all won't see me in another chapter or something. It doesn't mean y'all don't see me in another version of something. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that chapter had to close. For very specific reasons. So, and then also loving light to all these little, you know, witches and bitches and snitches and wizards and magicians that, you know, apparently wanted to do harm to me and send nasty energies towards my way to hurt me in some form. One, because I'm a very sexually confident woman. I'm also very much, I know what I like what I like, and I know what I know when I know who I'm supposed to interact with. And at the end of the day, if you think you sending somebody to me or sending somebody my way that's supposed to harm me, hurt me, maybe, you know, maneuver me in some way, whether that's sexually, physically, emotionally, at the end of the day, they're gonna fall in love with me. I just want y'all to know that. At the end of the day, people fall in love with me because my energy is my energy. My energy has always been aligned with God. My energy has always been what it is. So at the end of the day, the only people that I have that are haters of me are people that I'm not even aware are haters of me. You know what I'm saying? It's not because we had some direct issue with each other, because I don't be on that. I really don't. So, anything else, Spirit? Let me just make sure before I start talking too much. You hear me? Love that you are different. I mean, I love that I'm different. And I also, like, love that you're different. Also, like, just don't compare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, love that you're different. See yourself in nature. Okay. Grounding, y'all. And peace. Peace and stillness is super important. Trust in magic. Trust in magic, because if you trust in magic, and I mean magic, God, love, and light, energy, vibes, all that, okay? But trust in magic, magical things. Santa, Easter bunnies, fairies, mermaids, God, whatever, all that is magical. But also understand that there are definitely people here on this earth angels, light workers, chosen ones that are magical. If you think about yourself as a child, think about all the things that you thought were real and magic, and understand that they are. That's the best way I can explain it, y'all. Okay? You got kitchen witches all over the city. Okay? Bitches in kitchens. Okay? Doing big witch shit. Okay? Be careful where you eat. Be careful what you eat. Pour your own troubles. Okay? That's all I'm saying that. We are all connected. Boom. You know what I'm saying? The light and the dark. Have fun. Do you. Do whatever is what's up. But be good to people. Because God's watching. God is watching. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I know that God is going to bless me and is already blessing me with the things that I have manifested and worked very hard for. So if y'all thought you was gonna stop my shine, if you thought you was gonna stop my growth, if you thought you was gonna stop me from using my gifts, if you thought you was gonna keep me from being quiet and not coming on here and talking, and this is for everybody in my life, if you thought that I wasn't gonna keep speaking, I'm gonna keep speaking, and you're gonna get more and more information. So I just advise people to fess up, say the truth, speak on it for yourself. Talk to God. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna give y'all for today. I'm saying today, I might hop back on, because if I get another idea or another thought, I'm gonna come back on. But I ain't giving y'all no more for right now. I don't even know how long I've been on this jump. That's okay. It's time to get off. That's it. Does that say 333? Okay. Okay, wait. Let me make sure there's no hidden message in that. Oh my God. So angel numbers. I want to talk about the angel numbers. If you see certain numbers, repeated a lot, you look them up on Google and put the angel number next to it if you keep seeing it, right? So at the end of the day, life is short. Okay. Life is short and life is long. Life is short and long. Time is a concept. And I think that it's gonna be cool. Just pay attention to the information I'm starting to build up and put out there, because I think it's gonna be really cool to be able to tap into our creativity and music and things like that more, to really be able to express ourselves and build. And I also want y'all to think about what would you do right now if you had all the money in the world and you had all the time in the world, and it wasn't about stability and climbing the ladder and stuff. What would you do? That's probably what you should be doing, whatever comes out of your head when you say that. So I want you to think about that. I want y'all to stay prayed up and get creative. It's super important. That's why I've been sharing the digital tarot that I'm creating. They're gonna be physical tarot cards too, but I wanted to create digital ones and align it with music. I might have to start playing with music. I might have to make the music myself. I don't know if I'm about to go down that rabbit hole. I got people around me that can make music, but I feel like intuitively I need these things to line up. But either way, so that's what it is. If you think I don't know, I don't. If you think that I think that you think that you think that I didn't know, I still don't. If you still think I don't know, and that what I'm supposed to not know and what I'm supposed to know is what I know, and what you think you know, you still don't know. and you won't know, even from me explaining it this way. But know that I know. So, check out The Tale of Two Cities with an image and entity. Y'all see that pin right there, and I'll probably post something soon, so y'all can But go to their page. You can also go to VZ Visuals page. She always has information on there, and also she's a dope videographer, photographer. She magic. She fire. Okay, so if you need some of that, hit her up too. She nice with the camera. Okay, she magic with that camera. Magic up. So anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. So love and light, everybody. I will talk to you guys soon. Hope everybody's good. I see that people came in. I didn't see any of this until just now because it got stuck. Why did it get stuck? Sorry guys. I didn't know. But I was actually, like, I do want to say that this album, so this is images, I'm listening to now, the Melanin King. But the Tale of Two Cities jump, that was a good channel actually, yo. Like, I got a lot of downloads from using that on the channel. I got chills a little bit because one of my ideas is tapped into, Africa, the islands, Jamaica, is some other stuff. And so that was a good channel. Spirit was speaking to me through that one. So yeah. Alright, y'all. It's good to see everybody that came on here. And exactly, know your purpose, because your purpose will provide, guys. Your purpose will provide. Remember that. Your purpose will provide. It may not feel like it, but jump out on faith. Jump out on faith, because I promise you, what God got for you, if you trying to maneuver yourself, you know what you've been working for, and you know that you got people around you that don't believe in you, and you got people around you that are holding you back, and you're not happy. You're not waking up every day like, yo, I like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I could be in a box with nothing and still find some happiness. I can still find something. That's why it don't matter what y'all do to me. Because at the end of the day, I can entertain myself in a room with nothing. So, but that's just me. Whatever. But love and light from my tribe that's still out there watching me, you know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? We just time to party a little bit. It's time to do something, you know what I'm saying? What did I just see? I just saw something. Somebody doing something. Somebody doing some type of karaoke coming up. Who had that on their page today? Was it No Genius? Was that on his page? But yeah, need to do something. That's what I need to do. I need to go out. I ain't been out. I went out for the first time like the other day and just went out and had a beverage with my bro. But y'all know I like music, and I mean, y'all might not know I like singing, but I sing sometimes, but I try not to sing publicly. Hey Juliet, what's going on? So yeah, I don't know, but y'all know I'll let y'all know if I go outside. I'll be letting y'all know if I go outside. But that's it. That's all. I love y'all dearly. Come over. Okay. I can also do that. I can also do. But yeah, so I will talk at you guys later. Love and light. Be amazing. Spread love and light. Do something nice for somebody today. Tell somebody you love them today. Or give somebody a hug today. Or send somebody a funny text message. just show your love and appreciation. People be out here struggling. So, be good, everybody. You guys can share it when I post it on my IGTV. I'm probably also going to post it on my YouTube. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Love and light.